For most of my life, I worked at Kanawha County Ambulance. I stayed there 10 years. So I ended up going from EMT to paramedic to C3. I took it as far as you could go. COVID started and I had a brand new baby that was premature and had all kind of respiratory problems. My 2 older daughters were getting more involved in softball and stuff like that. And I needed to take a career where I'd be there on nights and weekends. And I saw the advertisement for Buzz and came in for an interview. 9 months later, here we are.
Most of our customers are restaurants and hotels. A chef wants to talk about the specification that he wants for the steak that he's serving on his menu. He wants to talk about why he's choosing this cut over that cut and be creative, and he wants to talk about aging. And so we offer all of that. And absolutely, there are cities that are significantly larger than Charleston that do not have a processing facility like this.
Adding the abattoir, we expected would create 35 new jobs, most of them in meat processing. And I had many people say to me, you know, that sounds like a great plan, but where are you gonna find people to do that kind of work? And the best idea we came up with and that we kept coming back to was, let's start from scratch with a real apprentice program. Let's teach people from the ground up.
Anybody we've brought on board before and trained them one-on-one with meat cutting, it's been very intentional to only the cutting of the meat. And with the apprentices, a step that we've taken is we are professionalizing this trade and this skill. So they're not only learning how to cut pieces of meat, but they're also learning how do we communicate internally? How would we communicate with customers? Do we know who these customers are? Do we know what product they're looking for? And also, why are they using it?
Yeah, we're doing an introduction to the shop overall, hoping to get some customer interactions under our belt, have them watch me interact with some customers, get them comfortable with greeting customers, familiar with what we offer in the case. Our expectation isn't that apprentices are going to want to potentially work in a meat shop that cuts for food service customers forever. They might want to open up their own retail shop. They may want to work at a meat counter somewhere, and they need to understand the difference between what a retail customer would buy versus what a chef would want. And then so when you braise it, the meat will fall off the bone. Hello!
You want to pick them out? Fine.
Bo's a great example of somebody who looked at all the equipment and all the activities happening around the room and said, hey, I'm really interested in this. And we said, then let's get you more experience.
All right. And the USDA, when they do their inspection, they're not looking for like chunks of meat. They're looking for tiny, tiny little specks. And if they find something like that, they can, decide that the shop's not in proper order, and they either well, you have to fix it, or they could shut you down altogether if it becomes a real problem. See, like that little spot right there. That's it. That's enough to get you in trouble with the USDA.
In the past, it would take about 1.5 years for a new staff person to really be able to work completely independently and really cut some of the higher end or more expensive cuts that we process here. And now we've found that With this group, it's reduced down to about 6 months.
So there's 32 pieces in one 10-pound thing. You're making that. When I was a paramedic, it's a 10-week EMT class, but then, it's 6 or 7 months before they'll let you do anything. And then, it's 2 years as a paramedic before they allow you to get on an ambulance. So to be able to walk in the first day and start to learn, and then after 5 months to be able to teach somebody else is, it's certainly a credit to the program and to the people.